Hello friends and fellow gamers, it's MKxJUMP here, and the reason you probably watch my channel is due to a game called Idle Heroes that I have featured and made copious amounts of content for over the past years. But it's not a perfect game, and just take a look at this week's Halloween event and you can definitely feel that. There are many things that Idle Heroes is doing wrong that it really needs to learn to improve on. And actually in today's video I'm going to be comparing it with a game called Angel Legion that many of us here have been enjoying playing and definitely enjoyed sinking our teeth into, that is a different idle game available on iOS, on Android and also on Steam. Idle Heroes is a fine game, it's fun to play, but Angel Legion are doing many things that Idle Heroes aren't that makes it slightly more enjoyable, that makes it a little bit more new player friendly and actually make it a lot less alienating for people, whether you spend or whether you don't. So hopefully today's video will give DH Games a wake-up call about the different features other idle games are doing and also hopefully persuade you to give Angel Legion a little look, because today's video is sponsored by Angel Legion and the lovely folks there have basically been helping me out playing this game, being fantastic developers that have been communicating with the community here on Discord. So actually, why don't you join our Discord if you want to get in touch with us, and actually we're having a great time just playing and developing this game. But anyway, enough of that, let's go and take a look at Angel Legion compared with Idle Heroes and show you just the different things that Angel Legion is doing right that Idle Heroes is doing wrong. If you're a new player and you've just picked up your first idle game, the immediate thing you'll want to do is build all the heroes you get. When you get all these new 5-star or S-tier or whatever the chosen rating system in the game is, these heroes are going to be really exciting for you to build and you'll want to get them all. And actually, if you're not experienced with idle games, you'll think this is a good idea because you're increasing your roster, you're increasing the number of heroes at your disposal, and you're making what feels like a ton of progress. But anyone with any experience playing Idle Heroes or who has seen my video, which is a guide to build your first E3, if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up there. Basically, we break down that actually building a ton of heroes is terrible. If you advance heroes in Idle Heroes to 7-star or 8-star, you cannot use them at all as food until they're 9-star. And most of the time, people are building heroes like Rogan, Sherlock, Ithaqua, Sigmund, Heartwatcher, Vesa, picking up all these heroes and building them because they see them performing well in videos or on tier lists or on other channels such as Barry's or June's, and see these heroes and then they're going to go, oh, I want this. So as soon as they get that hero, they'll build it. But with Idle Heroes, once you've built the hero, there's no going back. Once a hero is 6-star, you can either use them as food or you have to keep pushing them forwards. Otherwise, the materials you've used to build that hero are wasted. And no one wants to go using a Rogan or using an Ithaqua as food. God no, that would be weird and terrible and probably a very, very poor decision for your long-term progress. However, if you're going and building all these heroes, you're not making any progress at all, because what you want to do is try and get your first E5 hero as early as possible. Not just so that you can unlock the Void, but because an E5 hero on its own is far more powerful than a whole team of 10 stars, which may seem counterintuitive, but yes, one very powerful hero beats an entire team of very strong but mainly average heroes because they're only 10-star. So the advice I'm trying to give you here is actually, when you play a game like Idle Heroes, not building heroes is the best thing to do, which seems really dumb and really silly. Now, if we compare that to Angel Legion lets you unlock and build whatever heroes you want, and there is a feature in the game called Dismiss, where if you click it, it allows you to remove the hero from your roster, rewarding you with all your materials back. And I mean all of them, every bit of gold, every bit of force, which is the equivalent of spirit from if you're an Idle Heroes player, and it reverses the hero back to its normal state, gives you all of the shards back, gives you all of the resources, every single hero you've used in the process you get returned as a dummy equivalent, and there you go. You can go and start building someone new with all those resources you've got back. So if you found yourself with an 8-star Sherlock, an 8-star Ithaqua, an 8-star Heartwatcher, and let's say maybe a 9-star Queen, and then suddenly it was like, oh, look, I've got 7 copies of Horus, maybe I should go build Horus, oh, but I've used all my resources, well, you can actually go and get them back in Angel Legion with the Dismiss feature, which is just genius. Why is that not in Idle Heroes? Why are you punishing players for building heroes? Why are you forcing them to go and have to spend more to unlock more resources to then progress the heroes they've got? Why are you making me advise people to not build their heroes? It just seems so silly that you have a game where the exact thing that you should be not doing is the thing the game makes you think you should be doing. So I find it very silly, very gacha mechanic-y, and very just A bit mean, really, because newer players are going to build these heroes, so come on, Idle Heroes. Take a leaf out of Angel Legion's dismissal feature and allow people to reverse heroes whether they're 7 or 8 star, rather than just giving them the regression feature, which, by the way, you have to get a soul stone for, which is a very expensive resource, to actually do in the first place, whereas Angel Legion lets you do it for free. All you have to do is type in OK to confirm that you want to do it, and boom, you get all your resources back. Bish bash bosh, Bob's your uncle, as we say here in the UK. So there you go. Another feature in Angel Legion that Idle Heroes really should learn is that Angel Legion is doing a combat system which is manual. So, for example, if you're attacking with a hero and you'd rather use your basic attack than your active skill, you can actually make them do that in the manual mode of Angel Legion. Also, there's a ton of additional features which you unlock for your heroes, such as a thing called a UAV, which is a robot that can assist you in combat, which can only be used in manual mode. So there's a lot more intelligent choices in manual mode that you cannot make when you let your heroes auto-fight. Now, there's nothing wrong with auto-fighting. Auto-fighting is very handy. Actually, if you just want to go press play and watch your heroes go and clear through a wave because you can't be bothered pressing all the buttons yourself, that's a great feature. But the nice thing is, Angel Legion lets you turn off auto mode and go into manual mode, whereas Idle Heroes is just like, go, play, that's it. There you go. Go attack. There's no intelligence in the combat system. There's no decision making. Your hero just automatically uses an active skill if they've got one, or basic attacks if they can't. So it's pretty linear. There's no decisions to be made at all. Whereas in Angel Legion, you actually have combat decisions. Sometimes doing a basic instead of an active skill is a good thing because you can save your active skill for next turn. Energy doesn't just all disappear when you use an active skill. It only consumes 4 points of energy. You can have up to 20 in Angel Legion, so you can stockpile energy to then do a series of active skills turn after turn. And there's no stupid heroes like Carry that are going and stealing all your energy. So it's actually a very, very clean game in that sense because it's giving you a lot of freedom to make decisions in combat, which make waves that you wouldn't be able to clear in auto mode actually clearable in manual mode. Again, Idle Heroes, all you do is press play and you go. You're not really playing the game. You're actually just sending in a team to then run a computer simulation, and if you get lucky, you win. If you don't get lucky or don't have a good enough team, you lose. So it doesn't actually feel that fun, the Idle Heroes combat system, as soon as you compare it with Angel Legion. So again, 1 point to Angel Legion, no points to Idle Heroes. In Idle Heroes, the chance of getting a 5-star hero from heroic summons is 1.58%, which is shockingly low, and little do new players know it's doubled during heroic summon events only, which means the only time you want to use your scrolls is during a heroic summons event. And actually, that's only doubled to 3.16, which isn't even a lot. Compare that with Angel Legion. Their drop rate for an S-tier hero is 4.5% at all times, and the odds are then increased during certain events for particular heroes. So you look at the starting event on server 16 on Android, Valkyrie had a double drop rate chance, which was pretty decent if you wanted to get your hands on a copy of Valkyrie, who's a particularly good hero. So Angel Legion is giving you a much higher chance of getting S-tier heroes than Idle Heroes is giving you a chance of getting 5-star heroes. Also, Angel Legion doesn't punish you for using your advanced recruiter devices, which are the equivalent of heroic summons, during any time you want. Every event gives you rewards for doing heroic summons or advanced recruit devices, whereas Idle Heroes, there's a specific event once a month where the odds are doubled, which means any other time it's just not worth it unless you're completing a daily quest. So in reality, Idle Heroes makes heroic summons a really crappy feature that doesn't really give many rewards, whereas Angel Legion actually has a very good chance, 4.5% chance of getting a S-tier hero, which is really nice. Which basically means Idle Heroes has a really low drop rate for 5 stars, a game that requires hundreds of 5 stars to build an E5. I mean, what's the point, right? I don't get it. I don't understand why they make it so difficult. And Idle Heroes is also saturated with a ton of bad 5-star heroes. Angel Legion doesn't have that problem. Angel Legion only has, I think, 20 S-tier heroes, maybe more, but nowhere near as many as Idle Heroes. So you're not only getting a higher chance of getting an S-tier, there's also an increased chance you're going to get an S-tier you already have, and duplicate copies, as you know with idle games, is going to get you a much more powerful hero. So Angel Legion has a much higher chance of of getting good heroes for your team, as well as getting duplicate heroes to make you advance further, than Idle Heroes ever does. Sure, Idle Heroes gives you different things like profit ores, but you should only be using them during the events, and also there's Shelter Mission, but of course Angel Legion has its own events that give different heroes as rewards as well, and they also have their own ways of getting additional copies of heroes. For example, the Altar in Idle Heroes offers only crappy 5 stars because it's so outdated that you actually have to wait for an Altar event to get anything good. However, Angel Legion has the Gene Pool, which has a much better selection of heroes for you to choose from. So you can just pick and choose and grab whatever you want, and sure, you could say that about the Relic Store, but also Angel Legion has its own equivalent of the Relic Store, which is called the Yellow Shard Store, where you can spend yellow shards just like you can spend relics in Idle Heroes to go and get, again, any copy of a 5-star hero in the game. The other huge thing is that good heroes in this game, such as ones that can give energy and ones that can heal, are actually cheaper than combo heroes, which are more niche and more difficult to use on a team. So actually, a lot of the more powerful heroes are more affordable and easier to get, whereas if you look at Idle Heroes, they power creep everything. The most expensive heroes are Light and Darks, and they are the best. Whereas Angel Legion's model is we're going to make it accessible for people to get a lot of the very good utility techie heroes that people are going to need, and then the actual nuancy team building things such as combo heroes are more expensive because that's where it gets a little more personal. They're the heroes that you don't necessarily need, but could potentially want because they have cool mechanics and offer interesting things for your team. So actually the decision making you make is much more based around your choice for going for the expensive stuff and letting you collect the must-have heroes, whereas you look at Idle Heroes, everyone, if you're PvP or not, is going to need Sherlock or Carry or potentially both to do well. You definitely need Rogan. Unfortunately, these are really expensive heroes because their model is, oh, well, if they're needed, we'll make them really pricey and really hard to get. Okay, maybe Rogan's a little easier because he's a forest hero, but Carry, super hard to get. Drake, really hard to get. And Russell, super duper duper hard to get. These light and dark heroes are really hard, but nearly compulsory for most people. And actually, it makes it really hard to get into the game unless you spend a ton of money to pick up these heroes early. For example, if Ignis blew up and became the main hero in the meta, everyone would need an Amun-Ra to go and counter that. Now, unfortunately, we don't have Amun-Ras at our disposal if you're a newer player. It's very hard to get an Amun-Ra. If you were around last anniversary, and I don't mean 2020 anniversary, I mean 2019, maybe you do have an Amun-Ra because that's when she came out. But newer players that weren't around then to enjoy that event and grab a ton of Amun-Ra copies are going to have a much harder time picking up her as a dark hero. And actually, when you get dark shards, you'd rather you get someone like Drake, because Drake's actually newer and a little bit more fun, and if you're going to invest your relics in getting heroes, you're probably going for Russell, because he's better in an area of the game that Amun-Ra just isn't. So, you know, Aspen Dungeon, PvE, all of that stuff, you know, it's not just a PvP hero. So a hero like Amun-Ra just kind of doesn't really get looked at. Whereas, you know, Angel Legion is giving you the chance to get all of these heroes and you can pick them up quite easily. And again, the hero pool is much smaller, so it's much more condensed and refined. They're not saturating it by releasing a new hero every single month to just kind of drain us out and make us think, well, what's the point of collecting a hero if it's going to be irrelevant in 6 months? No, Angel Legion doesn't have that model. Actually, heroes that came out when the game began are still relevant to this day. And a lot of the heroes in that game are very, very, very strong. If you just want to discuss what heroes to go for, come and join us on Discord, because we have an Angel Legion channel where we literally just talk about what heroes are good and what heroes aren't. So yeah, again, Angel Legion is doing that much better than Idle Heroes does because it's not saturating the game. Things are also much better in Angel Legion for people that want to spend, because a VIP event, as we know it in Idle Heroes, where they reward you for spending money, is a once in a blue moon that comes along, and people often try and save their cash for it. Whereas Angel Legion, every week you get rewarded for spending. You just get extra stuff because you spent money. It's like, oh, here you go. Here's some of this item that you can use in this store, or here's a hero that you can be rewarded, or here's some resources. Every single event is going to reward you for spending money. And the great thing about this is they're not rewards that alienate free-to-play players. Look at Idle Heroes, right? Exclusive artifacts, exclusive skins, only available for people that spend. Yikes, that's terrifying. Having in-game content that's paywalled? Oh, no, not cool. For people to get to Death 100 in Aspen Dungeon, you're going to need 4 copies of Augusta's Magic Ball, you're going to need a ton of copies of Golden Crown, and also of Punisher of Immortal if you've got a Tix, and you're also wanting 3, maybe 4 Receptors to make your Sherlock have a really good dove chance so that he can get you far. Kind of makes the whole pay-to-win aspect almost compulsory to do well in Idle Heroes, whereas Angel Legion doesn't have paywalls, it doesn't have items that can only be obtained by spending. Angel Legion is pay-to-progress quicker, which is how these games should be. If you want to win, then sure, spend more money and become more powerful than other people. but there's no items that are making you exclusively more powerful. There's no skins that give stats that are unavailable to everybody else. Forget it. They don't put those things in the game because they make free-to-play players feel like crap. It's like, haha, here's a thing you can't have. You suck because you didn't spend. That doesn't exist in Angel Legion. It's just, okay, if you spent, you unlock this now, whereas anyone can go and unlock it in the future through either random pulls or good luck, right? There's no saving 400 relics to go and buy one artifact, which is then just like, yikes, that could have been 5 copies of Russell. And let's be honest, relics are really expensive, so, you know, they're paywalled as well, really, because you need to complete events to get them. So Idle Heroes is kind of really alienating for free-to-play players. There's just a ton of content that people just can't enjoy, and having played it as a free-to-play player, I'm enjoying just making progress and not worrying about these exclusive artifacts. But in Angel Legion, you can actually have all that stuff. You can go and get orange gear or S-tier gear because it's available for people. They're literally giving away S-tier gear in this Halloween event. You can just go and grab it. Sure, you can pay and get more, but anyone can fuse up to it. It's easy. You don't have to spend a ton of money to enjoy it. So come on, Idle Heroes, why are you making a ton of stuff that's hidden behind paywalls? We're just sick of it. Look at Sword Flash Shah, right? That's actually okay in some regards because you can grind and eventually get there, but the grind is 9 months. What? 9 months? No! Why is there something in the game that $2,000 can get you immediately, or you wait for 9 months? That's silly. That's so silly. All right? Why 9 months? I guess it's so they can sell it for $2,000, right? But why is that even the price tag? Oh, goodness me. I remember talking to the devs of Angel Legion, and I suggested the very idea of having something that was available for $2,000. They nearly choked. They were like, what? Who would spend that on a mobile game? Actually, 25 people did as soon as the Transcendent stuff comes out, and I know there are people that are still doing it now. So it sells, but Angel Legion, I doubt they're going to put anything like that in their game, because really, they seemed shocked that anyone would dare even ask for that much money. Now, again, if people want to spend a ton of money, there's actually nothing wrong with that, but it does create a void between heavy spenders and free-to-play players. It makes free-to-play players feel like, oh, we're not special enough, we're not getting this stuff, and that's fine. That's, I guess, because, you know, you do kind of have to pay to win in these games for have a legitimate business model. But one cool thing that Angel Legion is doing that I really think Idle Heroes should implement is every time someone spends $100 in Angel Legion, they get 1,000 diamonds or gems that they can share with the guild. It's crazy. You actually go and select this thing and you just gift it to the people in your legion and say, here you go, guys, here's a ton of free stuff. You get that because you spent. So whales can give back to the free-to-play players in their legion. You can say, hey, look, guys, I spent some money, enjoy the dividends. Here, have some shares, let me push this back to you guys because I spent a bit of money, now here's a thing I can gift to you because I spent. And it even says, thank you for investing in this game. Here's something you can go give to your friends in the Legion. It's just a lovely community building feature. Idle Heroes doesn't have that. You don't even get, like, what's the advantage of being in a guild, really, apart from to go and win at Guild Wars and crush people? I get that, that's fun, but there's no, like, camaraderie in Guild Wars. Maybe once you've finally got, you know, when you're grinding to get the mill up, but when the mill's up and it's built, you know, camaraderie's out the window, no one cares. Flame Shrine, everyone's doing enough damage to it anyway, so there's not much camaraderie there. When you're fighting guild bosses, these things have died, right? I guess you're working together, but Angel Legion also has that, these dungeon bosses that you can go and fight and kill together, so that's cool. But you also get to share the rewards. You can enjoy things with your other Legion members. You can say, hey, look, I spent some money. Here's some gems that I've been given to go and share with you guys. It's just a lovely, wholesome feature that Idle Heroes just lacks. And to be fair, besides its colourful graphics, Idle Heroes does lack a little bit of wholesomeness and community sharing. It's the community that's built behind this game on Reddit and Discord that's been lovely, but there's nothing actually in the game that makes community building and actively encourage things. So maybe that's something Idle Heroes should think about doing. Another feature which almost feels sloppy on Idle Heroes' part is the campaign, right? The campaign, you just go and you fight and you hit a level cap. I hate that. It's like, oh, you're not a high enough level. Ha ha ha, you can't make more progress. Where actually in Angel Legion, it's you are literally not strong enough to beat this. There's a progressively nice power creeping campaign that makes it get progressively harder and harder. And you're like, whoa, okay, this is hard. I need to level up my team now. That's your limit. That's the thing that's going to slow you down, because your team just isn't strong enough. Now, that's okay, right? I guess that's just one model versus another model, but campaign is a pretty strong word to call something. In Idle Heroes, it's not a campaign, it's just a progressive hack and slash. Whereas in Angel Legion, there's actually a story, there's a narrative with some really interesting plot twists. It's actually much more fun to play, because as you progress, you unlock more of the story, which means you're getting more dialogue, you're getting more discussions, you're looking at your characters develop. Each hero in the game is actually part of the story. You're like, oh, that's where this person fits in, or oh, I have that hero. It's cool they've come up in campaign. So you actually started to get a background, a narrative. These heroes actually are part of an overarching story, which you unlock as your team becomes more powerful and you unlock more chapters in the story. Not to mention that the campaign mode, it has this massive map where you can go around and beat people and conquer people that gives you rewards as you go. So it actually holistically combines features of the Void, for example, in Idle Heroes, with the campaign mode that makes it feel like actually a whole intrinsic thing, whereas actually Idle Heroes feels like it's just like, here's one game mode, here's another game mode, here's another game mode, here's another game mode, here's just things we've thrown in the game because we feel like we don't have enough content, whereas Angel Legion is trying to make it all holistic and put together so you actually feel like it's one whole game mode rather than just a mishmash of different ones. And that's not to say Angel Legion doesn't have its mishmash of different game modes. If you go into the challenge area, you have tons of different things you can enjoy. There's equivalents to Tower of Oblivion, there's equivalents to a really nice endless fight, it's called, where you have to basically face all these different enemies. It's very similar to Aspen Dungeon. You also have a mode that's similar to Brave Trial, but that gives much more available rewards. How crazy is this, by the way? In the equivalent of Brave Trial in Angel Legion, if you get from the beginning to the end, you earn enough resources to get a hero. Rather than having to grind and save up to 60,000 scales, I think it is, in Idle Heroes, you actually get the 7,500 currency you need to go and buy a hero if you unlock a hero. So you can immediately get those heroes you unlock rather than having the buyer's remorse that, oh, I finally high-rolled a penny but didn't have enough scales. That sucks. No, there isn't any of that in Angel Legion. It's just, here you go, you unlocked all the currency. Now, oh, you look, congratulations, you have got the random drop for, let's say, Magic Arrow you can now buy for 7,500. Go and purchase it because you've got all the stuff. So it encourages you to do this game mode because you actually get rewarded, because you actually can get the heroes in a single pass rather than having to grind and save. Now, saving is good. If you unlock multiple heroes along the run, yeah, you're going to wish you saved, but actually, you know, saving is not always necessary because in one single run, you can get enough resources to unlock a hero. Why is that not a thing in Idle Heroes? It's not like we need a ton of 5 stars. Oh yeah, wait, we do need a ton of 5 stars to level up our heroes, so why do you make it so difficult for us to get the bloody things? Additionally, on the topic of making things really, really hard to get, look at Gold and Spirit. Gold and Spirit are basically the limiting factors on whether whales can or cannot progress their heroes, which sucks. And I know that actually whales would spend a ton if it meant they could have all the gold and resources they needed to build all the E5 heroes they wanted. Well, Angel Legion does something really interesting. They have a series of chests you can buy for 300 diamonds, which, alright, is a little bit pricey, but you do get gold, force, and all the equivalent resources on demand. You can pick them up just like, yep, here you go, here's the resources if you need them, go and spend your diamonds, which is really, really helpful. If you've got a hero there and the only thing holding you back is how much gold you have, you can just go and get some from a chest. Just costs a bit of diamonds. There's no limit on the amount of them you can grab either. It's just, here you go, resources on demand for a fixed amount of diamonds, which I think is a really nice feature. So if you are getting greedy and impatient, you can just drop some diamonds, and there you go. There's the resources you need to level up your hero. Why is that not in Idle Heroes? I mean, it's not. People want to spend their gems. People want to spend their resources. It's not like DH games don't benefit when people spend their gems because they'll buy more with cash. Like, at least let us get things, right? At least let us buy spirit and gold when we need it for our heroes. Like, if we're limited and capped, give us the resources. We will happily spend, but no, Idle Heroes doesn't do that. Okay, sure, they sometimes do during events, and yeah, I guess you can buy some spirit for gold from the marketplace every day, but you can't buy gold, really. You have to get this gold subscription. Okay, Hand of Midas gives you a lot of gold as well, but it's limited. It's limited. Whereas actually, there is no cap in the chests. Right, the chests in Angel Legion, you can buy as many as you like and have as much resources as you want, as long as you have the diamonds to back it up, so that's a nice feature. Idle Heroes, you might want to add that in. Finally, one thing that may appeal to some people, but not others, is the customizability in Angel Legion. I featured this and spoke about this in my first video, but really, Angel Legion does a thing which I actually didn't, I thought I'd take it for granted, really. I was like, it's just a feature where you can customize your heroes, that's cool. But actually, being able to fully design your hero how you want, you can make their face look like whatever you want, you can change their eye color, their hairstyle, literally everything is at your disposal to change. You can really put your character into your team. Your heroes are at your mercy, really, for how you want them to look. You can adjust everything about them, their clothing, their hair, even their facial expression you can adjust, which is really nice. that you can make a team look exactly like you envisioned it. You can have a theme. You can make them look really gritty and battle-hard, and you can make them look innocent and sweet and like they're going to just, oh, we couldn't possibly hurt you, and then destroy someone with them, right? Whereas in Idle Heroes, you have, this is what the hero looks like. That's it. And if you want a skin, skins give stat benefits. That's that's scary. Stat benefits on skins makes it very win more. It's like, here you go, here's a very exclusive thing that if you are the top of this, you can have this skin that's going to give you these stats that makes your hero a better version than anybody else's unless they go and buy this skin as well. It's like, no, don't have things in a game that adjusts abilities, especially not skins, because suddenly it's like you just are outmatched. You are paid to literally win and be better, because a free-to-play player cannot get a lot of the skins, especially if they're event-exclusive ones that are unique to big festival events, right? Look at that Tick skin for Halloween. That's not available for free-to-play players at all. So that's not a thing in Angel Legion. The customizability is purely cosmetic. It makes the hero look how you want it to look. And additionally, let's just talk about team building. Team building in Idle Heroes often looks like a cluster mash of all the same heroes. How many 3-carry teams or double Russell teams or double Rogan teams have you seen? They are just not allowed in Angel Legion. You cannot have duplicates of heroes. They all have to be different. I love that. I think it's great. It encourages intelligent team building, rather than just building the same bloody hero over and over and over again, which is something really only heavy spenders or long-term people can do. Additionally, everyone has to use the same hero, Maya, and you get copies of her as you get more powerful, so you don't have to worry about getting additional copies of this hero, because everyone gets her and copies of her just for playing the game. And she is a great hero that has different customizability options. You can give her different abilities, you can give her a different weapon. That weapon will then synergize with your team differently. It will allow different combo heroes to work in different ways, and suddenly you're using your brain to build your team rather than just going, right, today I'm going to have a Sherlock, 3 carries, a Drake and a Russell. Here we go, let's send that team in. Oh, that didn't win? Oh, that's because I'm not using 4 Augustus Magic Balls and 4 Demon Bells, and if I do want to beat people with a team that doesn't have a carry, I'm going to need 8 Demon Bells, 2 of which are fused together to make them splendid to have this really OP Rogan team. To be honest, it's very fun, that team. You should check it out. I'll put a link up there. But you know what I mean, right? It's kind of mind-numbing just how boring endgame gets when everyone's team looks the same. There's no variety. Everyone just has lots of carries and this, that, and the other. You don't get that in Angel Legion. In Angel Legion, okay, sure, there's some heroes that are just good so people run, but there's a lot of customizable freedom depending on not only how you build your hero, your solo hero Maya that everyone has. Suddenly that opens windows up. Suddenly heroes that are good for you aren't good for someone else because you've built your Maya differently to other people. So suddenly your team looks very different from someone else's, and you can do PvE modes maybe slightly better, but then this person's going to be doing PvP better, and how you shape your team makes it much more interesting and more fun, and you're only allowed 1 of each hero. Goodness me, Angel Legion is just brilliant for that. I wish we were only allowed 1 of each hero in Idle Heroes. That's why the Rainbow Team meta was so much fun, because you had to have 1 Forest hero, 1 Abyss hero, 1 Fortress hero, 1 Light, 1 Dark, and 1 Shadow. That was it. You had to have 1 of each, so picking which hero to go where on your team made team building intelligent. Now that the Aura update came in a few months ago, that means you can have whatever heroes you like, alongside the fact that there's just busted heroes that if you run more copies of, you get rewarded like Rogan and Carry, suddenly makes the game just mind-numbingly dull. Right? I don't want to have a team with 3 carries, a Rogan, a Drake, and a Russell. But I have to, if I want to stay relevant and competitive. You have to run these heroes. That's all you can have. And if you haven't got this, you need some other multiple hero thing. Whatever happened to the good old days of monos, where you had 1 of a particular hero? It's such a fun version. If you ever played Barry's Battle Bowl that Barry Gaming does, you're only allowed 1 of each hero. It's just... honestly, a lot of us take that for granted, really. Just how fun having 1 of each hero is. It's something that many games just do. Angel Legion does it. Pokemon, competitive Pokemon, you can only have 1 of each Pokemon. You can't have multiples, right? That's not allowed, because it's seen as busted. If a hero is strong, God forbid people have multiple of them, right? Just having 1 is, okay, that's fair, right? It's like, yeah, all right, we'll give them 1 copy. The other 5 heroes on their team have to be someone else. But no, in Idle Heroes, you can have a whole team of 6. All of these OP heroes. You can have a whole team of, I mean, look at this. I've seen teams that are 5 carries, 1 Garuda. What? No, that's not intelligent team building. That's just whaley, spendy, spend. Not fun. So Idle Heroes, please, just have a listen. I've said a lot of things that Angel Legion is doing right here that your game just isn't. And that doesn't mean I dislike Idle Heroes. It doesn't mean I'm quitting Idle Heroes. It's just a shame. I just wanted to open your eyes up, guys, to what is available and what is out there. And hopefully persuade you to try out Angel Legion because it's doing so many things right that Idle Heroes just isn't. That's not to say Idle Heroes is bad. No, if it was bad, I wouldn't have 30,000 subscribers. I wouldn't have people watching my content all the time, and there wouldn't be a ton of people playing this game. Maybe it is just the adverts, which I have to say are pretty terrible, but Idle Heroes is a fun game at times, but sometimes they really miss the mark. And that's what I like about Angel Legion, is they're listening to their player base. They know what they're doing well, they know what they're not doing well, and they're actively trying to improve. And already they're doing so many great things. One of each hero, full customizability on your hero's aesthetics. Combine it with the very friendly way of obtaining heroes, higher drop rates, much better strategies and combat fighting by having a manual combat mode as opposed to just automatic mind-numbing boringness. Come on. There's a lot of good stuff going on in Angel Legion that Idle Heroes just isn't doing. So if you guys want to check out Angel Legion, go find it on iOS, on Android, and on Steam. I'd encourage you, if you wanted to play on PC, though, to get BlueStacks and play it on an emulator, because it means you can join us on Android Server 16, where many of us are already playing. And by many of us, I mean there's an entire legion full of us, with a ton of overflow players as well that just can't get in the legion because there just isn't enough room. So maybe a second legion needs to pop up. So come on, guys, put MKX as the front of your handle if you're going to join us on Android or even on iOS, where some people have started playing as well on Server 4. Additionally, guys, if you want to check out some more of my content, you can find it over here on the side of the screen. I don't just complain about Idle Heroes all the time. I actually do enjoy playing it. It's very fun. We'll do some openings, we'll review heroes, we look at events. But recently, it's been a bit of a letdown, and I know many of you are feeling that, especially look at the responsiveness on my Halloween event review, which has only been out, less than 2 days, and suddenly it's got a ton of views, and lots of people also agreeing that it's pretty boring and pretty sad. Please, DH Games, if you're watching this video, please do something to fix the game. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts. Drop them in the comments section. And have a great week, and happy idling.